Item number 9, public comment on items not on this agenda. It is the council's policy to refer matters raised in this forum to staff for investigation and interaction where appropriate. The Brown Act prohibits the council from discussing or acting upon any matter not agendized pursuant to state law. Would anyone like to address the council under public comment? Just tell us your name and your street, please.
How you doing? My name's Roberto Don Lucas. I live on 5th Avenue. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm here to discuss the present issue of homelessness here in the city of San Bruno and to recommend some solutions to that problem. I've encountered and engaged with 30 unduplicated chronically homeless folks in the city of San Bruno. Now this number contradicts the 2015 San Mateo County homeless census, which states that our city only had 8 unsheltered homeless folks on the street. Also, many of these folks are suffering from severe mental health issues, chronic health conditions, and are battling with alcohol and drug addiction. And these people need help because it's very difficult to overcome those social issues on your own. And now we're entering an era where local law enforcement are no longer able to effectively deal with this social issue because you can't arrest your way out of this problem. Law enforcement tactics are costly and do not produce long-term solutions to ending homelessness in our city. And I had the pleasure of interacting with San Bruno PD, and they do a wonderful job what they do. But I think they require a little bit of support on this issue. So here's a solution. 1, the city of San Bruno needs to reach a consensus and acknowledge that there is a homeless problem in our city. You accomplish this by acquiring data that proves there is a need. So you got to keep tabs of the homeless population that are in your city. Secondly, you develop a humanitarian approach to combat homelessness that incorporates social services and promotes assisting the homeless population that reside here in the city of San Bruno. The city of San Bruno also needs to strengthen its network and build relationships with outside social services providers. So know the key players that are around that help our homeless population here. Third, the key component to this initiative is to have an outreach case manager or boots on the ground interacting with the homeless population so they could build trust and rapport with the folks out there in an effort to engage them in social services and get them through the door, because there's a disconnect between our homeless residents and the social providers that are out there. So this will bridge the gap between that disconnect. So I hope this topic creates some discussion in the months to come, but we can't let this issue die down. I think we really need to advocate to get services into the city. I think the city deserves it. Thank you.
Thank you. Tell us your name and your street, please.
Ryan Murstein, Keynes Avenue. I have several questions that the city manager and the city attorney have refused to answer, so I'd like to ask you. My first question is about the RFQ regarding the development of a hotel project at the crossing site in the city of San Bruno of October 2012. Since the original exclusive negotiation agreement expired and since the previously selected developer requested a material change to the initially agreed upon terms, despite the record-setting improvements in the area's hotel market performance, was the issuance of a second RFQ required under either California law, municipal law, contract law, case law, or in any other binding authority. If the issuance of a second RFQ was at the city's sole discretion, who within the city and under what powers and what procedural process did such a decision to not issue a second RFQ get executed? My next question is, using the city's numbers of $3,896,000 divided by 43 residents, I understand the subsidy works out to $90.60 per resident. Is that correct? The city has refused to answer that question for me. Using San Bruno's numbers of $3,896,000 being paid back at $800,000 to $850,000 a year in TOT taxes revenues after the first 2 years of the hotel being opened, Over 5 years, you get 7 years after the hotel opens. If we assume the number of San Bruno as publicly stated are correct, and the hotel doesn't open until 2017, does that mean that there will be no positive revenue for San Bruno until after 2024? Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes. Marty Medina, Garden Avenue. I am running for one of the 2 seats on the city council, and I realize the financial benefits of having a hotel. My main objection is that the public should be allowed to see the financial justification in the report for giving nearly $4 million in financial assistance to a private developer. I understand the financial assistance report is in draft form and should be provided to the public at some point in the future, and I do look forward to that. I wanted to share with you one of my ideas that I came up with as I'm walking around town and knocking on doors and hanging door hangers. And it's a new San Bruno volunteer program. This program is one way our community can work together and help each other. Besides helping cleaning up neighborhoods, parks, and schools, this program could help seniors and others transform their brown front yards into drought-tolerant, beautiful landscapes. One brief announcement, the San Bruno Education Foundation is having their annual picnic on Saturday, September 20th from 11 to 2 p.m. Beckner Shelter. It's a day of food, fun, and games. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anyone else?